Hello everyone, it's Kazuko, and today marks the, start of this channel now that I'm back. And I don't know, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna play this game that I found on itch.io called Do Not Take This Cat Home. Um, it looked really cute from the cover, so yeah, I'm just gonna give it a go. I hope everyone is doing well, and yeah, let's just play. Oh, you're not having a great day, as usual. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today? Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when... Mm, huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy, dingy, dingy alleyway. Let's go with dingy. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Aww. Hmm? Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. Puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Hello. So, so cute. It's me. It's me right now. And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before. But if they're all like this one, it's a shock that they haven't already found a way to rule the world. They secretly do. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyways? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. I'm taking you home. Come home with me. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? You're all alone and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to a shelter tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? Meow. You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with a tab on top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. Try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed, tomato sliced. Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid! You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird. Right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside. Not after all your efforts. You're gonna take it to the shelter tomorrow anyways. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while trying to watch the TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Come on, enough already. You shove it away a little more forcefully this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad, immediately. Aw, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. Don't do that. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and... Uh-oh. The lights just Went out? Great. Just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky's pitch black, but what time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. It's so cute. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up. Kill and help, I think, and going completely haywire. The cat stares at you, it's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking, it's not even breathing, but its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out, after all. As soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, its eyes hold you still, even with your flashlight trained on it. Its pupils are large, round, inky bits. The flashlight flickers, and the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overridden as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored, but no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it as clearly as if it had whispered. Um, okay, right into your ear, right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could, even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. I'm dead. A sharp pain, a sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor, as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt, as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. And still tinted red from your earlier blunder, but that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp, dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on. Instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it, when you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife, it spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Ah, your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you've taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky's black and bleeding red. There's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you, everything, except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because that's the cat right there ahead of you. Then, what in the world is behind you? Okay, we're gonna go... I would run. I don't actually know. Choices, guys. A logical answer would be to just keep running, but at the same time I'm curious, so I'm gonna look behind me. Huh? Interesting. Oh, very, very interesting. Ending 0. It begins. Interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. Okay, onto the... Well, we're gonna try that, but I'm just gonna continue running. Oh, darn, I didn't save. Oh! Oh, okay, so it's gonna be a change every time. I was kind of just skipping through it. Oh, well. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back, because, yeah, I only just realized that I thought it'd be, like, the same standard, like, static storyline. That's cool. I'm gonna have to go back. Okay. So as far back as it goes, okay. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward, the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh. Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up in the edge of the black box. I don't know where it got black from. I'm losing it. And looks up at you. Meow. So, it looks so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Look, it's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. I'm gonna go take Cat home. Meow. Well, why not, right? You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. Can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? Purr. On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food, but that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. One bedroom, one bathroom, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. So I'm assuming the rest of this is probably going to be the same. But it's simply... oh, I missed that. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks up at you, expectantly. I didn't expect us to have so many choices. That's actually really cool. We're gonna do something with the cat. Like what? On second thought, let's do something alone. Clean. I love cleaning. You. Okay, don't make your bed, but who actually does that anyway? Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean out, you keep finding more messes than when you started. You peek over at the cat. Suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery. As evil as it is, it's a cute cat. But every time you rush to check it, or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. So cute. Purr. Purr. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more mess in its wake. I'm just gonna keep cleaning. Who cares? Keep cleaning, but there's just more mess and more when you finally stop and look around you. You don't even recognize your home anymore. There's piles of junk everywhere. Do you even own this much stuff? You don't remember ever buying or receiving most of it. The piles tower over you. You feel claustrophobic. The stench of garbage is overwhelming, despite your hands feeling raw from all the cleaner fluid you've been using. Your eyes still burn from the bleach. You need some air. You need to get out of here. You hear a crash and see a teacup you're certain you don't own smashed on the floor. You look up and see the cat perched on a teetering pile of china and kitchen appliances. It carefully nudges another teacup from the pile, sending it careening to the ground. But you don't even flinch as it shatters. Instead, start to chuckle. Suddenly, you're laughing. It's so hilarious. The tears start running down your face. I knew it. It was you. You did this, didn't you? You pick up the largest piece of ceramic from the broken teacups. Didn't you? And throw it at the cat. Aww. The cat dodges by leaping off of the pile. Pile sways. It sways. It's falling. It's falling towards you. Well then. Crash. You can't move. You're buried. The pile fell on top of you. Broken shards of fine china and sharp utensils are piercing your skin, your organs. Your bones feel loose and limp, crushed under by the heavy appliances. Warm liquid pools under you. With the last of your strength, you listen as the cat pads over to you before laying down and purring sleepily. Yeah, a nap sounds pretty good. Ending 1. A not so clean getaway. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna try not taking the cat this time because I think it's gonna be too much endings to cover in one video. So, gonna continue. You're walking, right? Of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. Blah 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 blah, and you were actually glad that you did. I think everything else is the same. Yep. I'm not taking bro home. You're not coming home with me this time. I've always died taking you home. So familiar, right? Meow, then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for standard black cats to look. No. Oh. Well, that's new. You'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. No, I'm not. Meow. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. No. I'm not taking you. I'm not falling for it anymore. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? Oh. I saw that. You never get away from it then. Sorry. See you around, I guess. Stand up. The cat watching your every move. Oh god. Get away from me. You make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. That's crazy, but I'm not gonna do it. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for the both of you, especially for you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? All the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma. You'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. I think I'll go watch a movie. It's between these two. Choices, people, choices. I'll go watch a movie. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater. There's a showing of one such film at the old theater. Uh-oh. Why? I don't know why I chose that now. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though, you're not exactly a fan of the crowds. And nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie, for you more than a noisy audience. Let's go to the new one, shall we? You don't know why, but you don't really feel great about the idea of being alone right now. No, please don't. Sit and wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming. Join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you've reached the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random and take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is bustling with people. It's not what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice not being alone. Even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves. You get some popcorn, but the lines at the concession stands are long, and the prices are criminal anyway. You go through the halls, and follow the signs of the theater designated on your ticket before heading inside. Sigh at the sight of the absolutely crowded theater. You head towards a seat, only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. This happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. Oh, flashbang. Oh. Suddenly, the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black cat. Bro, go away! Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. Okay. The sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's kinda catchy. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. I mean, I don't blame you guys. It's pretty catchy. Okay, we get it. Soon the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone staring intently at the cat on the screen. You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself, but the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No. They're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. The scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. I'm out of there. This is too weird. I need to get out of here. Gathering your courage, or perhaps putting your fear to use, you stand up, fully intending to leave the theater, when everything comes to an abrupt stop. All of the chanting stops, even the cats chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theater. They're all staring at you. Guys, I get it. I'm Kizuko. Chill out. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, throat suddenly dry even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny. But you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been minutes ago. Identical frown lines digging between their brows. What is with me tonight? You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with every step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab at you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater, holding your breath as the doors close behind you. Ugh. Pardon me. You briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and that theater full of people. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in huge gasps of air. Pant, pant, pant. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes you once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. Oh, hey guys. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you, and they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booths and the lines leading to them. You make your way home. Whenever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the blatant anger, fury, and disgust on their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of a cat's meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's. Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred on your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. Finally, you get inside your apartment, lock all the locks on the door, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. Pant, pant, gulp, pant. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers of your bed, trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares of glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing and yowling in the distance outside your apartment. Ending 17, Black Sheep. Okay, that is definitely interesting. Um, yeah. I find it cool how there's kind of like a memory, even if you decide to start a new game, you can't really just go back and then everything resets. I love that, but I don't really want to sit on my computer for like hours playing this trying to get all the endings. But yeah, that's really cool. I won't lie, it definitely feels like I don't know, I'm just not sober when playing this game. But yeah, that's Do Not Take This Cat Home. I'll leave the link in the description. The link for it in the description. I can't even speak, but yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, you eat properly, you drink water, and most importantly, sleep properly. Sleep is very beneficial, but thank you for watching. Goodbye.